Have you ever just stopped and looked up at the sky and wondered how it all works? For thousands and thousands of years, that's exactly what we humans have done. We've used this beautiful, predictable dance of the sun and the moon to organize our entire lives. It's in our calendars, our celebrations. It's all written up there in the sky. So come on, let's explore this ancient story of keeping time with the cosmos.
So, let's picture this. Our journey starts at a kite festival, Makar Sankranti. The sky is full of color, and there's a young girl, Mira, looking up at all the beautiful kites. But then she spots something. Well, something curious. It's the moon, but it's the middle of the day. And it's not a full circle, just a tiny little sliver. And seeing this gets her thinking.
It's a great question, isn't it? She knows, and we know, that the moon is this giant sphere, a big ball that's always out there in space. So why doesn't it always look like a big ball? Why does its shape seem to change every single night? To get to the bottom of that, we need to take a much closer look at our closest celestial neighbor.
All right, so first things first, we are going to unlock the secrets behind the moon's changing face. We're going to look at what is actually happening up there and, maybe more importantly, why it happens. Let's dive in.
You see, what Mira saw, and what we all see, is this incredibly beautiful and crucially predictable cycle. The moon looks like it's growing from just a tiny sliver into a full, brilliant circle, and then it shrinks all the way back down to nothing again. This pattern, this rhythm, this is the key to understanding everything.
And of course, there's a name for this whole process. We call it the phases of the moon. It sounds very scientific, but it's actually a simple idea. It's just the different shapes of the sunlit part of the moon that we can see from our unique vantage point right here on Earth. That's all it is. And we can actually split this monthly cycle into two main parts. When the light is getting bigger, when the moon appears to be growing, we call that waxing. In India, it's traditionally known as Shukla Paksha. And then, when the light is shrinking, that's called waning, or Krishna Paksha. It's a simple, really elegant rhythm playing out above our heads every single month. Okay, now for the big question. What is actually causing all this? A lot of people think that the phases are caused by the Earth's shadow falling on the moon. It's a really common idea, and it seems to make sense, right? But is it correct?
Nope. It turns out that's one of the biggest myths about the moon. The phases have absolutely nothing to do with the Earth's shadow. The real reason is all about our point of view, our perspective from right here on Earth.
Okay, look at this. The sun is always lighting up one half of the moon, the side that's facing it. But because the moon is constantly traveling in a circle around the Earth, we see that sunlit half from different angles. Sometimes we see the whole lit-up face. That's a full moon. And sometimes we only see a tiny little sliver of it, and that's what creates the phases. It's just a change in our viewing angle.
You can actually demonstrate this for yourself right now with a really simple experiment. Imagine your head is the Earth, okay? Now, a bright torch or a lamp across the room is the sun, and a ball, any ball, is the moon. If you hold the ball out in front of you and slowly turn in a circle, you'll see the light from the sun hit the moon in different ways. It'll change from fully lit to a sliver, exactly like the real phases.
And this image shows it perfectly. It's such a brilliant way to understand the concept. You can see how the person, who is the Earth in the center, sees the moon go from being fully lit to half lit to just a crescent, all depending on where it is in its orbit around them. It's all about the angle. Simple as that.
So, just to be absolutely crystal clear on this, a lunar eclipse is caused by the Earth's shadow. But that's a very different thing. It's a rare event that can only happen during a full moon. The moon's phases, on the other hand, are this continuous, predictable monthly cycle caused by our changing viewing angle. They are two totally different phenomena. Okay, so now that we've cracked the science of the phases, let's look at how this all builds into something we use every single day, the calendar. How on earth did these ancient, predictable cycles in the sky become our way of tracking time? Well, it turns out nature basically gave us three perfect clocks. Think about it. The Earth spinning on its axis gives us the day. The moon cycling through all its phases from new to full and back again, that gives us the month. And the Earth making its full journey, its orbit around the sun, which pauses the seasons, that gives us the year. Day, month, year, all from the sky. Now, based on these natural clocks, people all over the world developed different kinds of calendars. You've got lunar calendars, which are based purely on the moon's phases. Then you have solar calendars, like the one most of the world uses today, which are based on the seasons.
And then there are lunisolar calendars, which are this really clever attempt to sync up with both the moon and the sun.
See, there's a little problem. A year of moon cycles is actually about 11 days shorter than a full year of seasons. They don't quite match up. So, to solve this problem, lunisolar calendars have this brilliant fix. They just add an extra month every few years. This extra month, known in the Indian tradition as the Adhika Masa, gets everything back in sync. It's a really smart solution.
You know, this deep connection to the cosmos isn't just for practical things like timekeeping. Let's take a look at how these very same celestial cycles shape and dictate many of our most important and joyous cultural celebrations.
So many of our major festivals are timed perfectly to the phases of the moon. Think about it. Diwali, the festival of lights, is celebrated on the dark night of the new moon. Holi, the festival of colors, and Buddha Purnima both fall on the brilliant night of the full moon, and Eid al-Fitr celebrations begin only after the new crescent moon is sighted. It's a beautiful way that we stay connected to the cosmos.
And I want to be clear, this is not a new idea. This is ancient wisdom. This quote here is from an ancient Indian text, the Taittiriya Sanhita. It shows just how long people have been meticulously observing and recording these celestial patterns. We're talking about knowledge that is thousands of years old.
And you can see it everywhere, from ancient rock paintings to our modern festivals. The sun and the moon have always been these incredibly powerful symbols, and they are deeply woven into the very fabric of human culture and our daily lives, our daily rhythms.
Okay, so for our final section, let's bring this amazing story into the modern age. We're going to contrast our ancient relationship with Earth's natural satellite with the new ones, the artificial ones that we've created and launched ourselves.
Just look at this. On the left, you have our beautiful natural satellite, the moon, which has guided humanity for millennia. And on the right, you have an artificial satellite, a symbol of our own science and ingenuity. For so long, we looked to the sky for guidance, and now we are placing our own guides among the stars. It's quite amazing when you think about it.
And why do we do this? Well, these artificial satellites are absolutely crucial for our modern lives. They are the backbone of our global communication, our GPS navigation. They help us monitor the weather, manage disasters, and conduct some of the most incredible scientific research imaginable. They are our new eyes in the sky.
So, it all comes back to this. For thousands of years, we have looked to the natural cycles of the sky to find our place in the universe, to tell our stories. Now, as we add our own technology to that incredible celestial tapestry, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What new rhythms, what new calendars, and what new stories will we create for the future?